We're gonna go to the bank and you're gonna give me all the money.
On October 13th, Sistas is back.
I still love Zach. She's crazy too. None of y'all got any sense.
And hotter than ever.
There's something going on here.
I love you.
We were about to get married.
Glad that didn't happen.
While some are looking to the future,
This is your house, and this is your money.
How the hell you got money to buy houses?
others can't escape their past.
Yeah, I know about the FBI investigation. I know about your boyfriend.
Tyler Perry's Sistas returns Wednesday, October.
All right, Sisters fans. Well, just so you know, don't be disappointed. I know some people were like, "Oh my God, Jeremy, why ain't you? Are you going to do a video?" Yes, it's a trailer with new footage. It was only maybe 30 seconds, but at the same time, we got a decent amount of stuff coming up in a couple weeks here. Remember, next week is our last full week without, the Sisters or Oval, because the following week of the 12th and 13th, we're going to get all the shows back. So as soon as any episode titles and synopsis come out, feel free to hit me up with that information so I can do videos. So you know the drill. Links to my social media so you can reach me are in the description below. Hit that thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit subscribe as we get closer to 200,000 subscribers, and hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out when I upload to the channel. So let's break this thing down. All right, so the first scene we got not Quincy. I'm thinking have-nots. Q with the gun still held at Maurice's head, saying, "We're going to go to the bank, and you're going to get." I don't know how he thinks it's really supposed to work, but he says, "We're going to the bank and you're going to get the money, get all the money, and give it to me." Now, there was one scene I had to freeze frame just to see if something was off, but no. It's when they're exiting the bedroom and you got Maurice in front, I think, with some clothes over his shoulder to change into or put on, and Q got the gun to his back. Now, I want to skip ahead in the trailer to the next morning. And it looks like Sabrina gets to work, and she's just looking around like something's off, maybe because, wow, where's Maurice? Because at this point, since Jacoby got terminated, fired, suspended, isn't he like the only employee, I think? I believe we saw one or two other tellers at some point in season 1, but I'm literally trying to remember who else works there. I guess in season 2, we've only seen Sabrina, Maurice, and Jacoby, as well as that one woman who works in like the stocks department, but she doesn't really work there all day, every day. She told Sabrina, "Well, I'm about to head back to headquarters," so she's not like I guess you could say, everyday employee. Who cares? But in any case, I'm guessing Sabrina feels something is off, and then she'll probably see the Maurice and Q situation in the back. Like maybe Maurice got the better of Q. I don't think Maurice is shot. No, I don't think anything serious like that happened, but I'm pretty sure Maurice found some way to get out of the situation. So, next up, this is kind of a double scene. It's kind of blinking. You miss. You got Fatima and Zach, looking like they had a good time in bed. You got Calvin and Sabrina also looking like they had a steamy night of passion. But let's talk about the Fatima and Zach thing first. So, I gotta say it. Karen is talking with Aaron, most likely in regards to shooting down his half-assed proposal, if you ask me. But she says, "I'm still in love with Zach." So then, speaking of Zach, it looks like, again, the next day, Fatima's at work in her office, and Zach looks like he's still at her apartment, and they're on the phone, and Fatima says, "Look, this is your money." Oh, excuse me. No, "Look, this is your house, and this is your money." And Hayden, I guess, either overhears this or something. He says, "Now, how did he get money to buy houses?" In reference to not only the duplex he wants to live in and then rent out half, but also like the different properties he wants to buy to do his own chain breakers thing. I'm thinking Zach probably, asked, "Hey, what are your thoughts on this? Do you want to move in with me?" As opposed to, Fatima not really going along with it and saying, "Look, this is all you." Which it makes sense because Fatima is self-made, so she isn't one of these, just to say the word, chicks who is a gold digger or impressed with what a man has. It's like, no, it's like, "Zach, this is your come up. Do what you want to do." And I really like that. That way, it wouldn't be a situation where if Fatima dropped everything and then went with Zach and then something didn't work, then she'll be out in the cold. It's almost as if Fatima does the opposite of Zach, where when he hooks up with somebody, he kind of sometimes puts all of his eggs in the basket, like, oh, I'm going to move in with this chick, I'm going to do this. Basically not really co-signing on anything. He's just relying on the woman to take care of him. Kind of reminds me of All the Queen's Men and Babyface and Miss Patty, if you've watched that show, which have all the episode reviews up on the channel if you're wondering. So I think it's an interesting dynamic there where Zach has to learn that it's not really about how much is in your bank account that's going to impress Fatima. It's about how you treat her. Now going back to Calvin and Sabrina, there's a moment in bed where he says, I love you. And then we really see this like emotionless expression on Sabrina's face. So my guess is after their night of sex and everything, it's one of those things where Calvin probably has more feelings for Sabrina and not the other way around where like Sabrina doesn't match his wavelength of feelings. So my guess is Calvin kind of feels dejected as a result, which could explain that one scene in the other trailer we got where Calvin and Peggy come out of his bedroom like naked, and we got Sabrina and Maurice in the kitchen surprised by that. So my guess is kind of like in season 2 where Calvin said, hey, I think we should be in an exclusive relationship, and then Sabrina said no, you know, he just went after somebody else. So my guess is they have a great night together. Oh, I missed you, but Sabrina doesn't feel the same way about Calvin that he feels about her. I mean, yeah, he feels about her, because again, the next morning it looks like Sabrina's in bed and Dani, you know, comes in, she's dressed for work, and she says she's crazy too. None of y'all got any sense. So that could be in reference to maybe Andy, you know, the fact that Sabrina and Andy, no matter what, while it seems like they got one guy over here, they're always going to go back to Old Faithful. You know, with Andy it's Gary, with Sabrina it's Calvin. Maybe she could have been talking about Karen too, I don't know. So then from there, the rest of the trailer really boils down to Andy. Robin's like, there's something going on here, because remember they left off in the last episode where Robin and Andy are drinking in her office, and then they start making out, probably have workspace sex, and then Andy goes to her place and Gary's still there, and he's all, we were about to get married, and she's like, well, I'm glad that we didn't. So he might actually get kicked out. So this could be the unofficial ending to them, but something tells me it won't be, or in his mind it's not the end. So the final scene to talk about is, it looks like there's a board meeting. You got Robin, Hayden, and then the older white dude. He's like, what, like another partner or board member? And Robin breaks it down saying that, I know all about your boyfriend and the FBI investigation. So I don't know what's going on here. Maybe because he's like a liaison, he needs to get down to the nitty gritty, which Andy looks ashamed of, because that's something that really hasn't been brought up again. You know, the fact that, sure, she won the lawsuit and everything in season 2, but she really put a bad name on the company she works for. I mean, sure, she proved her innocence in the situation, but her being so close to it doesn't really erase her, you know, her reputation around the office, because yeah, she's a partner and everything, but it really is good to see that the flip side of that coin is that not everything is just going to be erased away, even though you're proven innocent. You know, case in point, let's talk about real life cancel culture, Me Too, Time's Up. If there are allegations put out towards a artist, a business owner or whatnot, usually they have to step down. They get things taken away from them, like endorsement deals, because of an allegation. But when it's proven that they're innocent, you really don't hear about that. You might hear about it in passing, but that's about it. You don't hear about it with the same level of volume you do when the allegations first come out. So I wonder what Andy's going to do when her old skeletons come out of the closet. So we'll just have to wait and see. But overall, this was a good trailer. Can't wait to see what comes up on October 13th. Like I said, if you come across any episode titles or synopsis, feel free to send them my way. And make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.